Southern California?
Yeah, so I always, knew of the Sparks, watched them. That's kind of what I knew of the WNBA was, the Sparks, and especially at a young age, was able to come to games and watch, some of the greatest players play here in LA, and watch Nneka when she went from playing with my oldest sister at Stanford to see her get on the Sparks and kind of seen her whole career. So it's been cool to just like actually realize that I'm a part of this team now. I still haven't been there yet. So, Staples Center is always, or sorry, Crypto.com Arena has always been, a special place, and I'm excited to play there.
Is it weird that you're doing it like after Carly and not at the same time?
Yeah, it's definitely weird, but I think, I'm excited to get the opportunity. I've heard nothing but great things from Carly about the organization, about the girls on the team. And so I'm excited to be a part of it and, really learn from the vets we have. Nneka and Christy are amazing players in this league, and I'm excited to get to learn from them.
Thanks, Sabrina. We'll go to Miriam Swanson with the LA Daily News.
Hey, Katie Lou, nice to meet you virtually and welcome home.
Thank you.
So obviously you have some familiarity with Parks, but also with Jordan Canada, both from growing up here, playing against her and playing with her last year. What's that going to be like bringing that relationship back here?
I think really good. Like you said, we played against each other growing up all the time, and last year we really got to play with each other again and start learning and building that chemistry. So I think, this year we're both going to be able to pick up and be able to build off of that right away. It's nice to have someone that you were able to play with, be with you on a new team. So I'm excited to see where we can go from here.
Thanks.
Thanks, Miriam. We'll go to Howard Megdal with Next Hoops.
Hi, Katie Lou. Great to chat with you, and belated congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
I wondered a couple of things. One, in terms of just your movement in the WNBA so far, stability, I would imagine, has to be a major selling point for the way you want to think about your time in LA. Have you had that conversation with Derek in the front office just about, can this be a place for you for the long term as well?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it can be a stable place for me. I know that's one of the first things that he communicated to me, is that hopefully this is a good fresh start and a stable home for me that we can figure out. And so I'm excited to go forward from here. I think, for me, it's great getting this opportunity and having someone that believes in you and wants you to succeed. So I'm excited to keep going forward.
I just related to that, though. Even though you've been moving from place to place, your numbers keep going up, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. I'm just wondering if you think where you think your game is at this point in your career. And it does seem like a good fit with certainly what LA needed coming, out of last season's limitations with their offense.
Yeah, I think I can really help. I think for me, as a player, it's just been, trying to grow each season I've been on a different team. I think I've really done a lot to gain confidence in myself and being able to take those next steps. And I really feel like this year I can make a bigger jump than I've been able to make in terms of being able to be productive and help the team out, especially in areas that I feel confident in. And I know they have that confidence in me.
And just related to that, your defensive win shares last year were the best of your career. There's always the talk about you as a shooter, about you as a scorer, but, talk to me about where you see your game defensively and, where you feel like you've had the biggest jump on that end.
I think for me, I feel like defensively, because of how long I am, I kind of bring versatility in terms of being able to help in other ways that people can't sometimes as guards. And so, I'm able to switch more and recover to different people that you might not be able to. So I feel like my help team defense is really good. And I feel like I've learned a lot by watching and learning and trying to, put myself in a position to be successful. And, I think everyone learns you can hide things you're not as good at and focus on things you are as good at. So I think over time I've been able to really use what I'm good at and kind of just like use my brain more on defense to help me out. And things have become easier as I've learned.
Thank you, Howard. We'll go over to Sean Meadow with Queens Baller Club.
Hey, Katie Lou. I was just wondering what 3-on-3 basketball taught you about your own game and how you think you can apply what you've learned to the Sparks team.
Yeah, 3-on-3 has, I love 3-on-3. I think it's really fun. I think it's a game that, there's no way to hide or, you just really have to be out there. It's high energy, high pace. And for me, I think you individually as a player work on things to better yourself. And so I'm looking to bring that energy and intensity and just that level of focus kind of to this team going forward. And I'm hoping that, we can build and continue to build the Sparks legacy of the championship program they have.
We'll go over to Rachel Galligan with Winsider.
Hi, Katie Lou. Congratulations on the new chapter. Really just wanted to ask you about the trade process and how you found out during free agency and how that all went down for you.
Yeah, it kind of happened quickly. My agent kind of talked to me about it and said this was kind of happening. And, I think for me, sometimes it was scary at first. I feel like for me, I've been on few teams now, but I have now changed that to I just look at it as everybody wants me on their team. But just kind of hearing that LA wanted me though, that's such a special thing. I grew up watching the Sparks. Clearly I'm from here right now. My whole family lives here. And so hearing that opportunity, it was really exciting to just get to know that, this is even a chance that this is happening. And then it all kind of just fell into place right after that.
Thank you, Rachel. We'll go to Holly Rowe with ESPN.
Okay, that's still my question. I was wondering if this had special meaning because you're a SoCal girl, and I know I've seen you at many games there before. Just maybe expand on that a little bit of games you've gone to and when you grew up a Sparks fan and just why it means more.
Yeah. So, growing up, I watched them, and even recently in my college years, Carly was on the Sparks a few times in and out of seasons, just similar to last season. And so I was able to go watch her play a lot in Crypto.com Arena. And I was able to just really experience the culture and the excitement of playing there and seeing her play there. And so it was always kind of like, a dream that I would be able to play there one day just because of going to all those games. But you never know what will happen. And so now it's full circle back here.
And then my last question would just be, what did you do this off season? Like, where have you been playing? Could kind of give us an update on what your life's been like since the season ended.
Yeah, so I've been in Spain playing still the same team as I played the year before, actually, but I've been playing with Carly in Spain. So that's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thanks, Holly. We have time for a couple more. We'll go back to Sabrina with SB Nation.
Hey, I was just wondering if you've had any conversations with Derek Fisher about your role on this team so far.
I think, we've had conversations. I don't think we've had specific conversations, but I feel like, I have to believe in myself no matter what. And like, I know what I can bring to this team. And I feel like I'm, pretty versatile as a shooter, as a player in different positions. And I want to be able to contribute to this team right away and really help in any way that I possibly can. So I think he knows that I'm ready to be put or tested in any situation that we need, and I'll be there to step up and help.
Thank you. And last question for today, we'll go back to Miriam with the LA Daily News.
Hey again. Speaking of crypto/Staples, were you also a Lakers fan growing up, and did you watch Fish back then?
I did, yeah. So growing up, my dad and I would go to one Lakers game a year from when I was like way younger. And every game we would go in, we would always try to guess what the stats of each player would have. So it is funny full circle because we were up in the nosebleeds watching Fish play, and now I'll be playing for him.
That's pretty cool. And obviously the Sparks have been pretty busy this offseason. Like the trade for you was sort of like the first shoe to drop, and I guess there were other moves and maybe pending moves. What have you how's that been to sort of like watch it develop, and what are your thoughts on where you guys stand right now?
Yeah, I think we have a really, really talented team. We're really deep. Maybe one of the most deep rosters in teams in terms of talent, and in the league in terms of talent. And for us, I think we have a lot of young players. We have a lot of vets. So we have a really good mix of people that we can rely on, we can count on. And so I think just once we build that chemistry, hopefully we can really get it going.
And also congrats on the engagement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. Thanks, Katie Lou. And thank you to all the media for joining today. We'll send a link to this press conference in the next hour. And then again, tomorrow at 10 a.m., we'll be introducing Kennedy Carter. So thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.